What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back for some more shenanigans after some fun week 0 looking ahead to week 1. Tonight we're going to be talking about Big 12 scared of Armageddon, our thoughts on week 0, some drama within the Fox set. Josh Heupel's getting extended, and we're going to be picking some new picks for this upcoming week. Hopefully we did better than last week. And Ciarnan has a new segment for us. So we're going to get going and hit that music.
They're eating the dogs, Ciarnan, in Tuscaloosa.
They're eating the
you
dogs.
know that?
They were
They're
eating
the dogs.
Oh, a meth raccoon.
Yeah.
Just awful. There is nothing good about this. It's the worst possible scenario for the CFP, for the national championship.
Notre Dame is a mid-program with really good marketing.
And the Michigan players are going to look at that, and anybody who's committing to Michigan in the next years will just go, I want to beat them even more. Like, I wanted to beat them when I first came to this school. Recruits are going to see this.
And we're also sorry that you have to watch a Brian Kelly coach football team. We can only imagine how difficult that must be for you, knowing that you're not going to win a big game ever with him as your coach, and that you're rooting for a child murderer.
This podcast has gone off to a really weird start, but I like it.
I love it, though. I'm a big fan.
As always, I am back with Ciarnan. Ciarnan, how are you doing, bud?
I'm doing well after a great week 0. Everything's looking up.
That's true. Everything is not looking up for everyone involved in week 0, but we'll get to that in a second. I saw, in every week I feel I'm saying this, I saw something, Ciarnan, that just pissed me off.
Here we go. Here comes the rants. We are fully into this season now.
We've been fully into the season then for years at this point. But ESPN College Game Day podcast, Reese Davis talking. Big 12 officials do not like the name Farmageddon. They were trying to dissuade people from using it. Some reports were saying it was not the Big 12 itself. It was Kansas State and Iowa State. That is a bunch of horse shit. Ciarnan, what were your thoughts on this before I go on a rant?
First of all, it's a funny name. Second of all, it makes sense given the fact that it's two heavy farming states that are playing each other and state schools that are playing each other. It's on an island historically known for farming. And the more that you say that you don't like the name Farmageddon, the more it's going to be used. So just think about that when you're doing these, when you're saying crap.
I completely agree. And Iowa State, Kansas State, nobody knows that it's a rivalry. Casual college football fans don't know it's a rivalry. Mm-hmm. It's not two historic rivals. It's not like a Kansas State, Kansas, and Iowa State are. They're not in the same state. Mm-hmm. You need something to differentiate yourself from all the other rivalries that people don't think about. A fun name like Farmageddon makes rivalry games that generally people don't care about more fun.
Absolutely. I'm more inclined to go watch these games from now on purely because of the name Farmageddon.
Yeah, and like Battle for the Iron Skillet, you have the Battle of I-10, Battle of the Bones, Battle Line Rivalry, the Magnolia Bowl, the Battle of I-75. These all are names for rivalry games that make the game more fun. It gives it a little more juice by giving it a name. A name like Farmageddon, it's not being used disparagingly for either school. It's just part of Iowa and Kansas. Farming is a big part of life there. And to say you don't like it just means you hate fun. And I think people forget these are games.
Yes.
Yes, they're games where now, even at the college level, you're watching millionaires go up against each other, but they're games at their core. They're supposed to be fun, at least for the fans. Mm-hmm. I hope the players have some semblance of fun, but taking that away is taking away fun, and it's just another example of how college is trying to go corporate and become a little league NFL.
Yeah,
I hate it.
You're absolutely right. It's dumb because we're talking about the what was that corporate sponsor for Georgia Tech that we were
Invesco QQQ?
Yeah, that means nothing. That means absolutely nothing to either of those schools, to the city of Atlanta, to the state of Georgia. It is just a nameless, blank face corporate sponsor that's, has their name on a sign. That's all it is. Farmageddon is an objectively both funny and true statement about two schools who do, in fairness, have a very long history of playing each other. I think it was 129 times they've played. I think something like that. It's a consistently played rivalry game. Whether you like to admit it or not, whether they think it's a rivalry game or not, it's irrelevant. They play each other almost every year, and this past weekend was frankly a great show. I don't care what people have been saying about it. It was objectively a fun game to watch.
That's true. With that being said, what were your thoughts on the rest of week 0?
The rest of week 0 or just Farmageddon?
Both, the whole thing, the whole week.
So I have to say from the get-go, and again, I'm biased, obviously, because I am Irish, but it was such a fun game to watch because the conditions were so chaotic. The field markings weren't staying down properly. The fumbles and the punts in the first half and all this sort of stuff. Ultimately then culminating in a great second half with constant scoring, back and forth points, and Iowa State ending up the victors. It was just an all-around great Big 12 match, and I think at any point in the season, if you had that similar game played here, it would have had the same as, if not better, response from fans and commentators alike. As for the rest of the week 0 games, the one that stands out to me the most was the Hawaii-Stanford game with that Japanese kicker who taught himself YouTube or kicking from YouTube. So that was huge. And to nail a field goal like that, absolutely clutch. I do feel bad for Andrew Luck at Stanford, but honestly, you got to give it to the kid. It was so awesome to watch.
I would have loved if I did not pick Stanford to win that game. Goldbranson is dead to me. I hate him. Frank Reich, get it together. Figure out what you're doing. I do agree with Farmageddon. That was, I don't want to say a disaster. It was kind of a disaster for both schools. I think there were like 4 fumbles in the first half. Both sides. Hilarious. Idaho State, keeping it close with UNLV. Ciarnan, I think you picked a good time to get off of the UNLV.
Yeah. That's absolutely right.
I was looking at that, and for those who didn't see our episode last week, Ciarnan was looking at the wrong thing. The site he was looking at had just the week 1 games, didn't give him week 0. So he was unprepared for his money line pick. So I made him pick Idaho State over UNLV, and Idaho State only lost by 7. I almost came across looking like a genius, but Ciarnan would have gotten the win with that. So we'll get more into our picks later. But it was fun. I love week 0. Vince over on Sports Stove was saying how he hates week 0 before. He thinks it's dumb. He loves it that Saturday, and he thinks it's dumb again the day after. I love it before, during, and after. It's incredible. There's no post-nut clarity with week 0. It's awesome regardless, and you love the choices you made that brought you to watching Farmageddon in Ireland, watching everyone in their lays at Stanford playing Hawaii, Idaho State almost upsetting UNLV. It's incredible. I think it was UC Davis playing Mercer this weekend. I had my in-laws watching that game.
That's wild.
And I text out, like, I kind of feel bad that I'm making them watch an FCS game when I'm the only sicko here.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that bad because I'm a sicko and I love college football.
No, I mean, it's also been, like, what was it? 8 months since the last college football game. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you absolutely get to watch the FCS play, and they don't get to say a thing. Now, whether it comes down to mid-October and there's no big ranked competitive matches, that's another thing. But for right now, you're in the clear.
That's true. Nobody complained. I was just like, I feel bad.
Don't. It probably had a lot of fun doing it anyway.
I think they were all their votes be like, why did our daughter marry this person? For those curious, the UC Davis versus Mercer game was called a no contest due to an hour and a half weather delay that was unresolved.
Jeez.
But moving on to other people who probably feel bad right now, Avery Johnson's family. For those who do not see, his father and his brother got into a fist fight after Farmageddon in Ireland. It was brutal. They were on the ground throwing punches. They have since put out a statement. We sincerely apologize for our actions following yesterday's football game in Ireland. Senseless bickering escalated into an unnecessary fight. We have resolved our differences and take full responsibility for our actions. We have apologized to our immediate and extended family and now extend our apologies to Kansas State University, its alumni, and fans. We regret this incident, have learned from it, and are committed to ensuring it doesn't happen again. Please accept our deepest apologies, Mark and Anthony Johnson. I hope they get into another fight next week.
That would be oh, that'd be so funny. Oh yeah. Don't learn from your mistakes. Just keep making yourselves look foolish.
Keep throwing punches.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's the most good on them for putting out a statement, but it's a personal thing. Like, just because there are phones there capturing the moment, like, just leave them be between it. Because if it was two random people in a random pub in Ireland duking it out on the sidewalk, nobody would even be any the wiser. But of course, it has to be the father and brother of one of the players that caused this whole mess.
I think it'd be funny if their statement after was, if you had an issue with our fight, you're next. It just moved on.
That's so much better. It's so much better. Why don't people just like that from now on? Just, yeah, if you have a problem, bring it on.
We were just taking part in the Irish culture of getting into fistfights and then going to a pub after.
Yes. All is well that ends well. Hey, Kev?
Yeah, but speaking of throwing hands, YouTube TV and Fox are the worst. They announced that they could not come to an agreement initially, and Fox was going to be unavailable on YouTube TV right as the college football season was really going to be starting during Texas, Ohio State. They have since come, and I called this when talking to my wife, but I said they're going to come out, make an announcement like the day before or something. Hey, we've reached an agreement. You're going to have your games. They did it a couple days early, but Kieran, what were your thoughts on the YouTube TV Fox debacle?
Well, frankly, it's just a naked money grab. It's just Fox wanting more money from YouTube or vice versa, however the contracts are written. And it's one of those things that you're frustrated as a fan because you're like, I pay for this service to watch this game. And it's almost as if we could combine all of the different broadcasters into one total package and watch them at all times throughout the year. We'll call it cable. There you go. We're getting back to cable. This is the same thing with the national championship. We're going to get back to the computer model, and for all the streaming services and everything, we're going to go back to cable. Do you know why? Because it wasn't broken to begin with. Why are we trying to fix things?
Yeah, I have beef with YouTube TV for getting rid of Nessun too, so I can't watch the Sox anymore. But yeah, no, it's insane. And now you have a billion different things. You have to go to Fubo to get this. You have to go to Disney Plus to get that. For some reason, there's things on Hulu, even though Disney owns it. You need both. ESPN's getting a new app. It's a pain. I hate it. I hate the streaming model. I hate what it's become. And this is just, they're all too greedy. Just
seriously.
Simple as that. But that is not the only drama. Fox News or Fox. I keep wanting to say Fox News just out of habit.
Yeah.
Because that's the only time I really mentioned Fox for the last couple months. Fox is in some other drama where allegedly Ohio State has banned Dave Portnoy from their stadium. Ohio State has come out and said, no, we have not. We did not ban him. Fox said he's not part of their main desk crew, and that's who goes into the stadium. Would we be shocked if Ohio State banned him?
No, not at all. That would be
It's the
very
softest team in the country.
It is, yeah, it is.
I don't care if they banned him or not. I would respect it more if Ohio State's AD said, yeah, F him and F Michigan. He's not allowed in.
Yeah, honestly, have some backbone, people. Just be like, and
Just-
even if it wasn't true to begin with, even if it was like, oh, we actually didn't say that at all. But you know what? Screw it. We're gonna double down. You are banned, and just have that be the end of it.
And if he wants to do his thing where he tries to sneak in a fake mustache, let him in. Just be like, just let him in. It doesn't matter. But
yeah, because that's arguably more sad than just being banned and talking about it.
It's funny too.
Yes.
It'd be hilarious. But Ciarnan, do you think it is just Fox said, nope, he's not on the main desk crew, so he's not in? Or do you think Ohio State kind of said, don't let him in?
I think it's the former. I think it was a simple like oversight that said like, oh, he's not the main part of the main desk crew, therefore he's not coming in. And Ohio State read the list of people and was like, okay, these people are coming in. And then Portnoy's like, well, what about me? And then just, of course, made it about him because, of course, he does. And then, went off and made more publicity about it than it actually deserves.
That's fair. I disagree. I do think Ohio State is the place where they want to punish people for planting a flag in their home field. They're going to whine about other teams getting an advantage when they are given every advantage in life. Their coach has beef with a 90-year-old stroke victim by the name of Lou Holtz, and it's the softest place on earth. It's ridiculous. Columbus, Ohio is also not a nice place. I would never want to be there again. I've been there once. It's one time too many. So they need to do something to be noteworthy. And they decided their football program, which is fair, they have a good program, but then they decided to go, well, we're great. We're the best part of Ohio. Not saying much when your competition is Cleveland. But we're great, so no one can be mean to us ever because you're going to hurt our feelings, and we're really good at football, so you need to back off. And that's really what Ohio State has been. I want to say forever, but I will give them the benefit of the doubt and say since Urban Meyer left, and they decided to put in that hair plus color for men or whatever the hell that brand is, model they have as a coach, born on third with a silver spoon in his mouth, who thinks he's the greatest coach ever because they decided to, again, get an advantage of an expanded playoff. So they lost 2 games and still got in, went on a run. Great for him. But Ohio State's soft. Ryan Day is soft. They're going to suck this year now that Ryan Day is calling the plays again. And by the way, this is not a pro Dave Portnoy rant. I don't care if he's in the stadium or not. It could have been anywhere else. I would have felt strongly, probably one way or the other. But it's really, I just hate Ohio State. I think they can do no right. It's a shithole place. Nobody wants to be there. If you guys did not have a university there that got funding 150, 200 years ago, nobody would care about you. You would mean nothing to the rest of the country. Your existence is irrelevant outside of those 4 months a year when college football is played.
I should be the one that is the anti-Ohio State ranter, but that last 2.5 minutes of diatribe was the single greatest, monologue I've ever heard of the slander of Ohio State University. My cap's off to you, sir. I'm not wearing one, but he is, if you are watching the video on YouTube. But man, that was good. I am weirdly pumped up. I mean, we've got college football this weekend, but I am ready right now. I want to see Texas destroy Ohio State. This is great.
I don't know where I stand on that game. I'm glad we're not doing the slate of games that I picked because I would have to pick that one. So I'm glad that I can ignore that to pick, or not even ignore it to the sense of I'm not going to watch it, but I don't need to have an interest in it. I can root for the stadium to implode,
Yeah.
which I might do.
Yes.
Horns down. But moving off of my hatred for Ohio State to the Tennessee Volunteers, who, let's be honest.
All right, man. Just say what you've been saying, man. Why do you hate Tennessee?
Man, I hate Tennessee because, first of all, it's Tennessee.
The Tennessee Volunteers have extended head coach Josh Heupel, adding 1 year to his contract, extending him through 2030. Josh Heupel has been a good coach for the Vols, but I don't know if he's been a great coach. I view him, and Ciarnan, you might, I don't want to say take offense to this. You're not exactly the biggest guy. You're not the biggest fan of this man, but I view him similarly to Bill O'Brien. He's a guy. He's a guy you'd like as your coach, depending on what school you're from. You're not going to be an embarrassment under him. He will bring a program back from being a laughingstock or an embarrassment. You are not winning a national title with Bill O'Brien, and I don't think you're winning one with Josh Heupel.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, he's certainly proven that he can win a little bit more consistently than Bill O'Brien can, but he's kind of now this is creating my own offense, but like he's like the Franklin of SEC, because he's good enough to win a bunch of games and maybe get into the playoff, but he's never going to win you a playoff. And that's very much on brand with James Franklin. Like, Bill O'Brien has the problem where he always comes in and rebuilds a program. Josh Heupel, he did whatever he did with Tennessee, and he made them as, at least at the very minimum, a contender. But he's not going to get you that extra step that you want from, like, maybe this is too high of a leap, but he's not going to get you a national championship. He's like Kirby Smart or Nick Saban. He doesn't have that kind of mentality in his locker room. So great for Tennessee to keep him and keep winning and get bowl games and be a contender. But again, not really going to make that huge leap to a natty.
No, I agree. And honestly, and this is weird to say, I'm very big, and I've talked about this before, on teams being realistic on the caliber of coach that they can get. And to say that Tennessee cannot get anyone better, I feel like is disrespectful to Heupel and disrespectful to Tennessee's program history. But I do think for right now, this is the right move. He's not going to make you a laughingstock, something Tennessee has struggled with for the better part of our lifetimes. So I love the move, actually. I can't believe I'm complimenting Tennessee. I hate it here. But it's a good move. It's the right move. And who knows, maybe he will develop into a coach who can get you a national title or get you to a national title. That'll be a wait and see thing. But I do like the move for Tennessee and Heupel, honestly.
It's a good one.
Watch us find out that we've been mispronouncing his name the entire time.
I'm pretty sure I've heard it as Heupel.
It's Heupel. Okay, cool. Yeah. I thought I'd heard it as that, but I'm like, what if after that whole segment I realized that I was just dumb. We were going to talk about Dylan Raiola and how he can't be mad at God for Patrick Mahomes' resemblance. Yeah, you can't be mad at God, but you can be mad at yourself for modeling your entire life after him. Ciarnan, do you have any thoughts on that, or do we move on?
We laugh and we move on.
That's fair. Also, congrats to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift for getting engaged. I have no other thoughts on that. I just want to say Taylor Swift's name on the podcast for the algorithm.
Our one of our hashtags will just be Taylor Swift, and people will be like, "Oh, they're talking about it." We're not.
We'll put in the graphic breaking down the Taylor Swift engagement, and then it'll just be,
yeah,
congrats. We have no other thoughts. Thanks for
Yeah.
the view, guys. Moving on to Ralphie 6 in Boulder, Colorado, Ciarnan. I love live mascots. I think I've been
Yes.
very clear on that. I think you've also been clear on that. This is a pro live mascot podcast. They are well taken care of by these schools, regardless of what PETA says. They're awesome. They give life to a program. They give programs a unique edge, and it's what makes college football college football. Ralphie 6, affectionately called Ember by the University of Colorado, is retiring as a 5-year-old, which I'm jealous of. I am 29 in a couple weeks, and I have to work for another 40 plus years. But in a statement, due to an indifference to running, typical of many mammals, both four-legged and two-legged, it was determined that it was in Ember's best interest, based on her disposition, to focus on relaxing strolls on the pasture, which is her favorite hobby. Same, Ember.
Same.
Fuck running.
I don't think there's a single person who disagrees with Ralphie just going an indifference to running. Yeah, absolutely. I would much rather nice gentle strolls through a meadow as well. Thank you very much.
Same. Also, Ralphie 5's nickname was Blackout.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Blackout's still alive. So Ember's going to be chilling with Blackout on the pasture. It's a nice 4-year run for her. Happy trails. Enjoy your retirement. How long do buffalo live?
I'm going to guess 12 years. I have nothing to back that up with.
15 to 20 years.
Okay.
She's got her whole life ahead of her. I'm curious what she does with it. I hope it's just a lot of relaxing strolls.
Yeah. And eating nice grass.
Eating grass, chilling with Blackout. You'll love to see it.
Yeah. Take that,
Things
PETA.
you don't love to see. Yeah, suck it, PETA. Things you don't love to see, Ciarnan. We're about to talk about our betting picks from last week.
Okay, here we go.
I had Stanford winning versus Hawaii. No, that was an L. Ciarnan had Idaho State over UNLV that I picked for him. That was also an L, but that was very close. We both had Western Kentucky to cover versus Sam Houston at minus 10.5. That was a W. I was nervous there. The score was very close. Sam Houston was up like 24-22 at one point, and then Western Kentucky just scored 19 unanswered. Then for our miscellaneous, I took every Avery Johnson over. Now, Ciarnan, I think I should get half a point for that.
Because of the chaos?
No, because he did hit every over except rushing yards. Fumbles, over probably. Interceptions, probably over. Touchdowns, he did hit the over. Passing yards, he did hit the over. I think I deserve some recognition for being mostly right, except for rushing yards. I think I said 64 was the over-under I had, and I think he had 50-something.
All right, yeah, I'll give that to you. I think that's fair.
So I think half a point.
Yeah.
Half a W. I don't know if we're keeping an ongoing tally, but and then you had a Dylan Edwards anytime touchdown after he got hurt and missed the rest of the game after like 2 plays.
Oof.
But I blame the weather in Ireland for that disaster of a game, disaster of picks for us. So Ciarnan is going to be our weatherman. The Tailgate on the Quad weatherman is something we're going to be doing every week now. Ciarnan's weather report. Ciarnan, the floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the forecast for Saturday, August 30th, and I have good news to report. Unlike the absolute shit show that occurred in Dublin, Ireland, with the fireworks not wafting away from the stadium as they should have and getting into, I believe, Avery Johnson's eyes, it is looking almost crystal clear from coast to coast this weekend. We're going to have small intermittent showers down south from north of Orlando to right around Richmond, Virginia. very, very light, nothing too major. The two bigger cells that are going to roll through middle of Texas and North Dakota. But other than that, it's just partially scattered showers all the way up the plains. And other than that, it's going to be crystal clear, sunny, beautiful days. Great for the start of a college football season.
I love it, except I hate the fact that where the rain is going to be in Tallahassee, where Alabama's playing, with 3 starters down.
You'll be fine.
I hope. So there's your weather report. Beautiful, except for some parts of the country. Thank you, Ciarnan, for your service on that. Moving on to our week 1 picks. Ciarnan, were you prepared this week?
Yes, I was prepared. I have them in my notes.
Okay. Money line. I have UNC over TCU at plus 135. I think the Bill Belichick era is going to start off with a bang. That game is kicking off Monday at 8.
Okay. All right. Good one. My first one, I went uber safe. I wanted a W on the board to start it off. And after which, we're going to get a little crazy. All right. So my money line is Liberty at minus 5,000 against Maine. It's the current odds.
Okay. I mean, hey, you said you just want to get a W on the board.
Yeah. It's a cheap W, I admit.
My spread, I have the Ohio Bobcats at plus 15.5 versus Rutgers. I think Ohio with Parker Navarro will cover. That game is kicking off Thursday at 6, so get your bets in early for that one.
It's a good pick. For my spread, I have Iowa to cover the spread at minus 38.5 against Albany. I believe they're playing this week. If I make sure I have that correct. Yes.
You know, I did text Ciarnan earlier. Hey, let's keep it realistic. Let's not go for anything too obvious. And some would think Iowa at minus 38.5. That's correct. Are we sure Iowa could score 38 points in a game?
Yes. With who did they just pick up from Michigan? McCarthy? No.
No, you think you're the guy before McCarthy?
I've forgotten. But anyway, yes.
Left?
Yes, that's why I'm thinking of McCarthy. No, I 100% believe that Iowa can get 38.5 points, which half of them will come from safeties.
Okay. All right, that's fair. My miscellaneous. Some have said he is the most athletic Alabama quarterback we've seen. I have Ty Simpson anytime touchdown score. I'm seeing it in the range of plus 140 to 165. I think with the rain, with Jam Miller being out, I think it's going to be a run-heavy game still. I think that is a lock. Ty Simpson, anytime touchdown score.
That's a good one. I am going to go back to the Cinderellas of last year. Boise State with over 4.5 total touchdowns at plus 110.
Okay. There you have a quick rundown of our picks. I have UNC over TCU. I have Ohio covering against Rutgers. I have Ty Simpson anytime touchdown. Ciarnan has Liberty winning against Maine, which is a bold pick. He has Iowa covering against Albany, and he has Boise State over 4.5 touchdowns this weekend against Colorado State, I believe is who they're playing.
I thought it was South Florida, but I could be wrong.
It's probably South Florida. The colors are the same.
It's South Florida, yeah.
It's South Florida. All right, the colors are very similar.
They are very similar.
I have the colors in my head. Well, this is a really short show tonight, Karen.
That's okay.
I think we just want to go to bed, so tomorrow when week 1 kicks off,
yes,
it'll get here sooner.
Bring me the noon kickoff sooner. Good night. No.
No. But I have a fun game for us, Kieran. I know the
Yes.
answer, but which one is not a real trademark by Bill Belichick and his potentially fiance, Jordan Hudson? I have three options for you.
Okay.
Bellustrator, Trail of Salty Tears, and Gold Digger. Which one is not a real trademark by the couple?
So, okay. So they have trademarked this. They filed the necessary paperwork.
Filed trademarks for a lot of things. But these are three of the things. Some of them, it would have been obvious. It was like the Belichick way, Chapel Bill, stuff like that. But these ones, Kieran.
Okay. So the Trail of Salty Tears is it's so out there that I feel like that's 100% a trademark. The Gold Digger one, I'm thinking, is also a trademark so that Jordan can sue whoever calls her that. So I'm gonna go with Bellustrator.
Well, Kieran, your logic was sound for the first two. The issue being they're all registered trademarks filed by Belichick and Jordan Hudson.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I should have seen that coming.
And For the Win actually has them ranked. It's 7 of them. I was also hoping you would go Trail of Salty Tears. That's horribly offensive.
Yeah, that was where my logic was going.
That's horribly offensive. I don't know if I hope more that they didn't trademark it or that's not something Kevin thought of.
Yes.
I'm glad let's hope that's not something Kevin thought of. 1 out. But 7 through 1, number 7 is Trail of Salty Tears. They said just no. Number 6, Dynasty, parentheses, Bill's version. Don't copy off of Taylor Swift. Number 5, The Belichick Way, a knockoff of the Patriot Way. Come on. No Days Off, generic, next. Gold Digger. Well, this is super awkward given their age gap. They're leaning into it, and frankly, it'll make a gold mine. Number 2, Bellustrator, like Telestrator. I like it. Number 1, Chapel Bill. Chapel Bill is the best one.
Yes.
Gold Digger, they want to put on hoodies and jewelry and keychains and stuff. It's insane. The more I learn about this couple, mostly against my will, makes me wildly uncomfortable.
Seriously, it is a very odd relationship.
It really is. I'm just looking quick also to make sure there's no breaking news. Although once we click stop recording, there's going to be some breaking news.
While Kevin does that, I would like to just bring up nicknames for college football players. Now, it's kind of ruined by the fact that Key and Peele did that sketch so long ago with the ridiculous names. And frankly, what they have done is basically become the Onion in that regard, where their level of satire was so advanced that it has actually become true. But in terms of names and nicknames, Dominique Orange has the best name, is Big Citrus. He's an Iowa State defensive tackle, and the name suits so well. So if anybody listening to this hears of other nicknames throughout the year, please let us know, DM us, message us, whatever, because I want to hear the greatest both names and nicknames throughout the college football universe.
That's true. I did not see any breaking news. I'm shocked. It's going to happen right when
it's going to happen Thursday morning. It always does.
Yeah. And I almost laughed because I had a funny tweet that I can't read on air. All right. Everyone have a good, safe, fun rest of your week. Enjoy week 1. I hope last weekend was kind of a warm up for your liver. Get it going this weekend. And everyone make good choices.
See ya.
They're eating the dogs, Ciarnan, in Tuscaloosa.
They're eating the
You know
dogs.
that?
They were
They're
eating the dog.
the dogs.
Oh, a meth raccoon.
Yeah.
Just awful. There is nothing good about this. It's the worst possible scenario for the CFP, for the national championship.
Notre Dame is a mid-program with really good marketing.
And the Michigan players are going to look at that, and anybody who's committing to Michigan in the next years will just go, I want to beat them even more. Like, I wanted to beat them when I first came to this school. Recruits are going to see this.
And we're also sorry that you have to watch a Brian Kelly coach football team. We can only imagine how difficult that must be for you, knowing that you're not going to win a big game ever with him as your coach, and that you're rooting for a child murderer.
This podcast has gone off to a really weird start, but I like it.
I love it, though. I'm a big fan.